Hi there, and welcome to the Experience Podcast. My name is Dennis, and I'm a spirit walking around in a meat suit. And with me today, I have a very special guest.
My name is Neil. I am a multi-dimensional spiritual being having a human experience. And like with the human experience, it's almost as if I had this thought and this process of almost like a download recently, where I had this insight of that it almost feels like there's not even any humans on Earth. And the reason I say that is because of the this intro of how we present, how I present myself to the camera and how you present yourself to the camera. So there's a reason that I present myself as a multi-dimensional spiritual being that's having a human experience. I'm not a human having a human experience. I'm a spirit that's having a human experience. So theoretically, we have these bodies, you could call them avatars, this thing that our spirit is encapsulated in. And but with that, the thing that's in the avatar, it doesn't have to be human. It can be a spirit, and it literally is all spirits. So what are your thoughts on that? What's your perception about that? And give some insight about the way that you present you.
So, I do really feel like, I don't know, I'm not sure that I can even elaborate on what you said because I feel like you,
Well, I would like to hear your insights about that.
So for me personally, I've noticed that as I go throughout my day, and things that are related to my job, um, I do a lot of thinking where I work at my day job, and it's as if when I think, I become more human. And because what it does is it gets me I have to, in order to go throughout my day, it's like I have to communicate with this physical meat suit. And so I'm not as much in spirit as I am in human form at that point. It's kind of like my spirit changes roles throughout these moments of time, going through these moments of time.
Are you consciously aware of it as it's happening?
Yes, absolutely. But the thing that there's a space in time where I don't pay attention to it because my mind is working so much and at that time that it becomes more mental and not as much spiritual. Although I use the spiritual aspect with my communication and with my intuition and my judgment, because that goes with what I do during the day as well. So that's just some reflections that I have. Hopefully that gives a little bit more perspective on the question that was asked.
It does, and it gives some insight to me, and that was exactly what I was looking for, just to hear your non-biased opinion about how you feel about the question presented.
Sure.
So like, and so we're these spirits in this avatar and going around and doing things in our day in a moment to moment basis, but always continuing and always changing. And so as we're going through this day to day, as we're going through this moment to moment basis, we can be a thermometer to where, so in a moment, like a situation happens and we perceive, like we cast judgment on it, we judge it, and then because we've judged it, we like become a thermometer and we say, I've now judged this thing and this is not a good thing. So you've literally just been a thermometer judging the situation and saying that this is the temperature that the situation's at. So I can present that in a different way. So let's say that there's a situation and so there's a romantic relationship and let's say this woman leaves this guy friend for another guy friend, and this guy friend, the man that was with this woman, looks at the situation and like he wasn't happy in this relationship, but now this woman has left and he perceives it as, he judges the situation, looks at it and says, I'm not good enough. My ego is not strong enough. I must not be enough for other women. And so he's casting judgment, and then he perceives the situation as being not good, or as him, because of the situation, he no longer feels value within himself. So he used the situation and became a thermometer, and because of the situation, set his internal temperature to I'm not good enough. And then that's what he set it as. And now he's going forward past on a moment to moment basis from that moment forward until he now breaks that wave, because it's now a wave going. And until you break that wave, he's now in this mode of not being enough for relationships. And that is an example of being a thermometer. When a situation happens and you judge it and you say you regulate your temperature because of something that happened externally, that's being a thermometer. So I would love to hear what you have to say about that, how you see that, and where you can go with that.
Yeah, so I feel as if so the man that withdrew and actually went back into his that felt that he wasn't good enough. So until that man becomes the thermometer and realizes that thermostat and thermometer.
He was the thermometer.
Okay, yes. So until that man becomes a thermostat and realizes that and becomes aware that he's a thermostat, that he's in control of how he feels going forward, he will always be probably going backwards.
He'll be going forward, but this wave will continue through time forward. And once you have the realization and the perception and the experience of being the thermostat, it literally, like, it just changes right there. Nothing else has to change except the awareness that you are a thermostat. And now every situation going forward, you're regulating your internal temperature regardless of the external situation. So it's like, so now this guy is in a romantic relationship, and he like before, he wasn't happy with this relationship, but he was going with it because he thought he could work things out. He was being gaslighted, but wasn't even aware of the term gaslighting. And so he thought he was crazy. It was all in his head that it must be going okay, but that he doesn't feel happy, but he's just making it up. And so he's not happy in this relationship. Now this girl or this lady leaves him, and he has this perception of being the thermostat this time. And he already has learned about the thermostat, so he's already aware of it. So now this lady or this girl leaves him, and he looks at the situation and says, wow, I was really not having a good time in that relationship. And it was really draining my energy, and I was putting a lot of effort forth and getting no effort put in return. So now he doesn't judge the situation, says, I feel way better right now than I did like a week ago. And because I feel great, I realize that I'm the thermostat and that I have infinite value. So like next week, I'm going to be going out with a group of lady friends because there's potential there. Two sides of the coin, same exact situation. You can add my Snapchat at neilman25.
And you can add mine at Dennis the Message.
There's this drawing going on May the 6th. That's going to be held. The drawing is for a ticket that's going to be presented to you as someone that's making a donation. And all of the information on how to make a donation is in the description box of this video. And so I highly invite and recommend that you do that. And like, stay blessed, stay multidimensional, and continue experiencing.